Welcome back to Great Day, Louisiana, everybody. We are on a one-take trip today to Vernon Parish. We're going to continue our tour of Leesville with a spot that is perfect for art lovers. Look at where I am right now. This is the Big Chair. It is a part of the Leesville Art Park. When you come here, there are over 10 art installations where you can come and take the perfect Instagram photo. I'm excited to learn more. Let's go hear more about it from a local artist.
My name is Tony McDonald. I'm the gallery coordinator for Gallery 111 in Leesville, Louisiana. As a project of Gallery 111, this art park came about approximately 6 years ago when we recognized that the city had this facility, but it was being grossly underused. It was across the street from an elementary school, and all it had was a walking track. So we made a proposal to the city. We signed an agreement, and we, the Gallery 111 group, program, monitor, maintain, and build this park. That's a piece called Contemplation. It was done by a college student at Northwestern, and we saw it and loved it. And it was our third sculpture in the park. And we created a selfie and a photo spot for kids to come take their picture next to they call him the Iron Man, or they have names for him. They dress him up for holidays. The kids from the school across the street will come put a Santa hat on him or a shamrock on him for St. Patrick's Day. But it's fun, and the kids love it, and people love it. One of the other installations at the art park is the musical circle. It's in the center of the park, and it's 3 outdoor musical instruments that kids can play on, 2 xylophones and a drum kit. And it was funded by donations from a family whose parents actually started the Vernon Arts Council years ago, and we try to tie a lot of sponsorships into things we put into the park, and that was one of the first big ones. We put a green kiosk at every sculpture, and on the kiosk we indicate what the piece is, who funded it, a little information about the sculpture in general, and we always have a panel on there for kids that's an educational component. We ask them questions about the art piece, and we ask them to go research other things about it so they can leave here and go look up stuff.
Now, after strolling through the art park, there's another place you have to check out here in Leesville. This is Gallery 111. It is Leesville's premier art gallery. I'm so excited to check it out. Let's head inside and see what's on the walls. Joining me now is a man we met earlier, everybody. Give it up for Tony McDonald. He is the coordinator here at Gallery 111. Hello, my good sir.
How you doing?
Doing good. Thank you so much for having us. I enjoyed that art park, and now we're inside enjoying the AC and, of course, some more beautiful art. First, let's start with the name of this place. Gallery 111. Notice the way it's spelled, everybody, because it's located at 111 3rd Street here in downtown Leesville. And I want to know a little bit more about this gallery. How long has it been open, and what's the mission of this gallery?
We started 18 years ago. The city called me and asked me to put together a group of people to have a little art walk, just something to do, and a lot of the buildings were empty then, not a lot going on downtown. So I scrapped some people together. I knew the owner of this building. It was sitting empty. Building across the street was sitting empty. Well, we went and rented some generators and got a dozen artists and had about 2,000 people show up to see the art.
18 years later, you have a beautiful gallery, everybody, and there is so many different things you can see here. You have some awesome artists right now. They change out the artists every month, everybody, so you have to come back time and time again. First, let's talk about one of the featured artists who has some beautiful work on the walls. Tell us about that.
Elizabeth Happs is featured this week, or this month. She was actually a tourist in this area before the pandemic hit.
Wow.
And we met her, liked her work, offered her an exhibit, and it's been very good.
Yeah, like this tapestry right here. Tell me about this piece. It's called The Killing Fields. Wow.
This is a piece she indicates is a reference to the deaths in her family over 100 years of war that Great Britain had been in. And as you stand and look at it, and in detail, you see the names of her relatives that have passed, the wars that they were in. So it's a very personal piece.
It is so deep, and not only does she have this, as well as some beautiful things in frames, she has painted on pillows.
Yes. Well, she did watercolors and had them printed on pillows.
Cool.
Yeah, and we have some of those, and of course they're for sale too. And she does a lot of botanical work. reason she came through this area was she was drawing pine trees and wanted to see the plants and the wildflowers in this area, and that's how she came through here.
Yeah, and you know, you also have some pottery for sale as well, everybody, and that's a local connection to this parish. Tell me about the pottery.
We have two potters in this exhibit. They're both from Natchitoches.
All right.
Sean Callender, who is the new pottery director at Northwestern, and Millard Magram, who's an old friend of ours that does pottery. And Millard has been working with clay that we dig up in Vernon Parish. So these two pieces are an example of what he's doing with local Vernon Parish clay.
It is amazing, everybody, and look, they are open. Okay, I want to thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today,
you.
Mr.
We appreciate
McDonald.
it.
The art in Leesville is something to see, everybody. And look, for more information about all the things happening here in Leesville, you can head over to the website on your screen, legendcountry.com, or call 337-238-0783. This information is also available on the state's tourism website, which is louisianatravel.com.